What do you recommend most frequently as a way to handle challenges of going plant-based?
I find some of the biggest challenges are just like the environment in which we grow up. So I grew up in the Midwest. Meat, potatoes, corn. That's our plate every single night for dinner. And that kind of gets ingrained of like, okay, the only proteins that exist are meat because that's all I've known as I've been growing up.
Do you think that people need to be cooking at home more then, or how do you tackle like traveling and stuff?
I like promoting cooking at home just because you have a better idea of like the saturated fat, you have better idea of the sodium. Their home cooked meals are going to be lower in both of those if those are concerns. But eating out every once in a while, there's a lot of great vegan options and great vegan restaurants that I think are worth checking out too.
How do you prioritize food sources versus adding in supplements, which I think can be really helpful too?
I like to do just a dietary recall and using a tool that calculates what the nutrients look like, what the macronutrients look like, what the micronutrients look like, kind of getting an overall view and seeing how close they are to their goals already with the foods they like and seeing what can be modified or added in to reach those goals. Yeah, I love using plant-based protein powders. I love using different things like that for all of the cases. Travel, feeling busy, not having time for breakfast, Planning, I will say, is the number one thing that I know I struggle with, and a lot of busy professionals also struggle with.
So, what would you say are some of the top, we call them micronutrients that you focus on for your vegan folks?
It would be iron, calcium, and then vitamin B12 are typically the top three ones. For iron, just looking at how much you're getting. For plant based eaters, the RDA is much, much higher. So
Mm.
it's 1.8 times higher than the RDA for people who don't eat meat. But then for calcium, too, I'm not using dairy, but tofu set in calcium, great source, fortified. Plant-based milks, if you're making those protein shakes with the protein powder, you could just add in fortified plant-based milk, and then you're pretty close to what a dairy serving would look like.
So, let's say that somebody wants to work towards being vegan, but is in a transition. What are the first steps that you recommend people take? Like, how do people get started in the easiest way?
Oh, yes. Okay. So the easiest way I found from my many, many mistakes is to take it week by week. So on
Mm.
my website, I created like a week by week guide, and each day there's like a different task or like homework to do to help people get acquainted with new plant based products, new proteins, new vegetables. So then by the end of like the 4 months or however many weeks are laid out, they're like, oh, wow, I have a great sense of what all of these foods are. I know I liked this recipe. I liked that recipe. I didn't like this ingredient. And so it becomes much easier just to do it day by day or week by week and breaking it down